They thought they were safe in their own home, but for years, something else lived there with them. It began in 1966 in a quiet house on 30 East Drive in the town of Pontefract, England. Jean and Joe Pritchard lived there with their teenage children, Philip and Diane, an ordinary family in an ordinary street. But what happened inside that house would become one of the most terrifying hauntings ever recorded. It started small, a light flickering, a cold breeze with no open windows. Then, pools of water appearing from nowhere, spreading across the kitchen floor. The family thought it was plumbing until the puddles began forming on the ceiling. Soon, the sounds came, heavy footsteps, loud bangs, and breathing in empty rooms. Objects started to move. A photograph lifted off the wall and crashed across the room. A drawer opened by itself. Then, the knocks began, 3 at a time. Always 3. Philip, only 15, was the first to see it. A tall black figure, cloaked and hooded, standing halfway up the stairs. He froze. The figure didn't move. Then slowly, it faded into the wall. The family tried to ignore it, but the activity grew worse. Cups and furniture flew across rooms. Lights turned on and off. And once, as Jean watched helplessly, a large cabinet slid across the floor by itself, blocking her inside the kitchen. The neighbors heard the screams and came running, but when they arrived, the noise stopped. Inside, the house smelled of sulfur and cold air poured from the walls. They called in a priest. He sprinkled holy water in every room. But before he reached the stairs, something invisible slapped the cup from his hand. He blessed the house anyway, and as he left, he whispered, "You'll need more than faith to stop what's here." The haunting grew violent. The spirit began targeting Diane, the daughter. She was dragged by her hair, lifted off her bed, and once found halfway up the stairs, unconscious with red finger marks around her throat. Witnesses saw these things happen. Visitors, investigators, even the local police. They all heard the crashes and saw the shadows. No trickery, no explanation. Parapsychologists called it the most consistent case of poltergeist activity ever documented. Hundreds of events, logged by dozens of witnesses, and everyone pointed to something intelligent, powerful, and cruel. Locals began to call it Fred. But historians had another theory. They said centuries earlier, a Cluniac monk had lived near the site. A man executed for the murder of a young girl. He was hanged and buried on the same ground where the house now stood. A man dressed in black robes, a monk. And so the legend began, the Black Monk of Pontefract. Even after the Pritchards moved out, the house stayed active. Visitors reported whispers in the dark, coins dropping from midair, and hands grabbing them from behind when no one was there. Today, the house still stands, the curtains drawn, the windows dark. Ghost hunters come and go, and some leave in tears, claiming to see the monk standing by the stairwell, watching, waiting. No one stays there long, because whatever haunts 30 East Drive never really left. And when the lights go out, sometimes, if you listen closely, you can still hear 3 slow knocks on the wall. Drop a comment below. What's your theory? And don't forget to subscribe as we continue exploring the unknown beyond the veil.